A lot of skins upon the community market are crashing in price right now. I mean, a lot of people are losing interest in this game. They're selling the skins. For example, we still had no Armory update in the game, and the MP9 Ruby Dart, it went from like almost 10 euros, even almost 12, all the way down to 8 euros, somewhere in that area on third-party websites. These prices are even cheaper. I generally do not enjoy the Volatility collection a lot, right? But I think factory new skins from this collection, they're kinda rare, and that's why the price over the past few years has completely gone up like crazy, from 2 euros all the way up to 15, and right now came all the way down to like 6 euros like previously. Then we've spiked again to 15 as always, and went back down to 8 euros. I'm not saying it's gonna spike up again, but I think you should be definitely checking out some skins that are crashing in price. Obviously, it had a crazy spike, right? You can see it went all the way from 3 euros basically all the way up to 15 for no reason in a very short time. I mean, just a couple of months, right? Even less than a month probably. Looking at the skin in-game, it has a lot of scratches even in the factory new condition, which is kinda unfortunate, right? You can obviously find some better floats up on these, but at the end of the day, it's always gonna have at least some scratches upon it. It's a purple skin, so nobody really cares about it right now, but I think in the future, the factory new conditions will be very desirable just because the supply of the Falchion case is only going down, and in a couple of years, a lot of CS2 cases that have been discontinued already for a while are gonna be performing pretty well, but there's also a lot of room for those cases that have been not discontinued yet. If you haven't invested into CS2 cases, you should be definitely checking out. Are you tired of super expensive schemes upon the community market and you want to buy some new ones? Upon Skinland, you have the best possible market prices for these skins. No hidden commissions, a 24/7 service, 100% safe, and you get immediate payouts. Skinland also pays out instantly, so you don't have to wait for your balance to arrive. Ever since the latest Valve update, you can still trade your skins here and Legends trade here. Skinland is the official partner of Vitality. The best work with the best, even Vitality chooses Skinland. And if you want to sell your skins, here's a bonus for you. If you use my promo code RubyJetski, you get $10 for free if you sell your skins for $100. And thank you Skinland for sponsoring this video. Well, I'm doing something very unethical. I'm buying a lot of the Negev wallbangs. I'm buying a lot of the light blue skins from the Armory. Meanwhile, a lot of people are giving up on the Armory because some of the high tier items aren't rising as much as they maybe would have expected it. I'm here buying some other skins. I'm keep buying because every time when the market crashes, I'm here to buy the dip. That's at least my own take on the CS2 market right now. I think a lot of these skins are very underrated. These are probably one of the cheapest mil spec skins right now. Light blue skins you can buy up on the market to use for trade ups. That's why I'm buying even more of these. Obviously, we've covered them in our previous videos, so that's why I'm not gonna dive deep into these ones. Also, here's something very important most people are missing about the Armory, and I wanted to mention it because, for example, the Glock 18X here is a really nice skin in my opinion, and the factory new condition is looking very beautiful. It has definitely some potential. It's not cheap by any means. It costs around like 170 euros upon the Steam community market or third-party websites. You can obviously find some better deals. The best time to buy these skins is obviously, in my opinion, at least over, because we've been with this skin at around like 60 euros in the factory new condition. Not just when the Armory came out, just after a couple of months, because people lost interest. Everyone was talking the same. They were saying, well, why would you buy this in the factory new condition if you can use field tested or battle scout and still get the M4 in the factory new condition? A lot of people were thinking to themselves, yeah, that's true, and the supply of these actually is not huge of the factory new conditions, to be exact, because it's kind of hard to get it because you have all the other conditions as well, and the other pink skin, the Galil Rainbow Spool, which can be also in all the conditions. So I think the supply of the factory new skins is kind of limited and will always be kind of limited, and only collectors will be buying these skins. As you can see, it's currently dipping in price, so we've been already like at 300 euros almost up on the Steam community market, which is kind of insane in my opinion. Back in the day it was also 305 euros. It's absolutely unbelievable. This skin was also like at 53 euros. So that's why I'm saying, when the new Armory update comes around, definitely watch out for the better looking skins. Watch at the floats, look what skin is the rarest or could be the rarest, at least for the time being. And during the initial dump, when all the prices dump, when a lot of people redeem the Armory stars and a lot of skins hit the market after 1 week after the update, right, a lot of people will be trying to sell and undercut each other. So I think there's a lot of potential for some skins if they are looking good, guys. And this is very important because at the end of the day, we, the community, decide still the prices of these skins and not Valve. So that's why with the new terminals, it's impossible for us to decide the prices, basically, I would say. So I think with the new Armory update, there will be a lot of potential for a lot of investors out there to make a lot of money. Obviously, don't buy at the start here, right? buy at the start a little bit lower, just wait, see where the price goes, see where the demand shifts, right? Because at the end of the day, it is always about timing when you buy and when you sell, timing the whole market, right? So I think long-term investments are great, but always timing the market is gonna outperform any other investments. That's at least my own opinion. Make always your own research up on these investments because it's very important. I mean, this is one of the most volatile skins I've ever seen, or at least it comes close to some. This skin, the P2000 Amber Fade, was always kinda okay looking, right? It was around 50 cents in 2016, went all the way up to €1 in 2018, and then it reached €7.80 upon the Steam Community Market 2020 and reached again new all-time highs for €20 in 2021. And reached new all-time highs in 2021 at almost €19. I don't think there's a lot of potential for these skins, but I just wanted to mention these because as you can see, sometimes these are getting sold for like €22, sometimes they're getting sold for €2, which is kind of insane. I do understand that this collection has been discontinued. The demand for these skins is still not there. I think over the short time, this skin definitely has upside potential, and by the graph I can tell that it could reach maybe even €5 in the near future. That's at least my own prediction upon it. A lot of Amber Fade skins are currently for some reason rising in price. As you can see, for example, this R8 Revolver Amber Fade, and yes, you can buy these Dust 2 collection skins from third-party websites. It's still looking kinda cool, has a lot of potential. As you know, I recently bought a lot of Horizon cases for my collection to put them in a storage unit and forget about them for a couple of years, but this sort of Devourer has crashed in price by a lot. I mean, it is quite significant. This skin has been worth around like almost €14 up on the Steam Community Market, somewhere in that area, and ever since we crashed like to €6 and started recovering slowly but surely. But as you can see, in the past month we've definitely lost some money upon the skin, so I definitely think it has some potential, obviously if you buy them on third-party websites, but the factory new condition is obviously way more expensive, so that's why we're settling for the minimal wear version. I think it's a great skin, not a lot of people are really interested in it. In the future, this collection may have a lot of potential. As you can see, you can buy here for nice overpay, a pretty decent float, I would say, as well, but buy them on third-party websites, the deals will be way better up there. If I would have to decide which cheapest case I would be going for right now and which one could be discontinued next, I would be definitely buying the Revolution case right now. At least that's my own opinion. Obviously, I don't expect Valve in the next month or in the next 2 months maybe to remove some of these cases from the active drop pool, but I do believe that maybe in 6 months it is possible that Valve would actually start taking a look at the active drop pool again, maybe remove some things, maybe they want to introduce some new things, because the new terminal will be not that desirable, the price will fall, just like for the Genesis terminal, for example. We have to see where it goes. I mean, with every week the supply is only increasing, and Valve obviously know what they're doing, and they probably have already a plan for the next terminal, for the third one. We'll have to see where it goes. So I think the Revolution case, or maybe some other cases that could be discontinued from the active drop pool, are really nice targets. It could perform a really nice 2x, but also a little bit better. It always depends. If the Dreams at Nightmare case would be discontinued, I think the prices would reach like easily, I don't know, I don't want to predict it, but I think it's gonna rise like crazy compared to the Fracture case. I think it will be way better because this case has very nice knives, and also for knife investors and all the other investors from the Dreams at Nightmare case, for example, it will be also profitable in my opinion. And so also we could aim for some Revolution case skins, but always aim at the factory new conditions because it is very important. We have some nice gloves inside which are currently also underrated. I think it is possible in the next couple of years that the old gloves will be also actually demanded just like the new ones, because eventually all the new gloves will be played so much and people maybe won't care about them anymore and they will be going back to the OG gloves, for example. It is definitely possible.